Hi guys. So in my last live stream, which I know was a while ago, and I'm sorry, my shoulder's just not up to doing much. I promised that I would do the haul videos from our trip, and I think it's going to take a couple of videos, honestly. And so I thought I would try to do at least a couple. Um, they may not get posted until after my surgery. I'm not going to promise anything. But I wanted to at least get them made before my surgery. So, we did a lot of garage sale shopping and thrift store shopping on our trip. We spent a week with some friends, and Jeff went metal detecting with part of the clan, and Patty and I went off to do thrift store shopping several times and antique store shopping. So we had a good time. But we also did some more of that further down in our trip. And we were gone about 5-6 weeks, I think. So I just wanted to show you some of the things we got. This is a roll of wrapping paper, and it's really pretty. It's hard to show you the whole thing, so I just took a piece off of it. But it's one of those giant, real thick, you know, the ones they use at the department stores where they wrap presents all the time. So it's a industrial kind of thing. And I got it for $1, and I thought it was really cool. And I thought even if I used it to make backgrounds with, I thought it was really neat. And it's a nice heavy paper. The end of it was kind of tore up, but it's not a big deal. This might have gotten, I might have gotten this on after we got home at one of the thrift stores. I also had to have some shirts for after my surgery, so they had a whole bunch of these Martha Stewart punches, and but they weren't really great priced. This was $10, and while that's a little pricey for the thrift store, I liked this one, so I went ahead and got it. This was a little stamp set that I got for $1. I really thought that was kind of cute. I thought I would use it. That's the thing. I'm trying to only buy things I think I'll use. Somewhere I got this, and this is just a column pad. I just like this kind of paper to stick in as journal pages, partially because this kind you can use vertically or horizontally because the lines go both directions. So it's a fun page to use in a junk journal. I think I need to get this thing off my lap first and get rid of it because it's kind of big. This is just one of those giant D-ring notebooks, the kind that has the straight edge on one side. Let's see if you can show it better. See, it has a straight edge on one side and a round edge on the other. And it was full of these page protectors. And so I've been getting a few more of these big notebooks to put things in, like what do I want to say, my embossing folders and die cuts, things like that, so that I have them in a more organized way. And I've been using the page protectors and sewing them into the way I want, and I got this for $1, and that's a lot of page protectors for that price. So it was a good buy. I'm trying to keep this kind of neat because I may not get it put away until after I get finished. I picked this up because I thought it was kind of cool. It's meal plans is what it is, and it's got some cute stickers. I don't know that I'll ever really use that, but I thought this would make some cute pages in a junk journal. And whether you used it as a meal planning thing or not, it was still just it was cute, and it was 50 cents. So, and most of the time we shop at thrift stores that have that are charity shops. So that's one of the things. This was just a bag that we got a gift for someone in, and I liked it, so I kept it because, again, I thought it would make a good junk journal page. And one of these days, I'm going to make a Dr. Seuss journal because that's one of the things I want to do. One of my son's favorite books when he was little was The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. He liked The Cat in the Hat, but the one that says The Cat in the Hat Comes Back was one of his favorites. So one of these days I'm going to get to that, and I found that. These books are amazing, and I don't need any more of them, but when I find them very inexpensively at the thrift store, I do go ahead and pick them up. The reason that we like them so much is that they have these beautiful illustrations in the back of them. Jar, you're in the way. Let me find them. Here they are. And while you do lose one side of the page, depending upon which ones you choose, these are gorgeous illustrations. And there's a lot of them in the book. And I just really think they're really pretty. There's a lot of ways to use them. So when I find these, I do go ahead and grab them. That one is, which one is this one? These are Time Life Encyclopedia of Gardening books, and they're called, this one is Flowering House Plants. And this one is Perennials, and there was also some really neat newspaper pages in the front of this that I thought would be interesting to have. Gardening journals are on my list of things to make too. But this one again has those beautiful illustrations in the back. Even the one of these that is for shrubs is really pretty. I don't think there's any of these books that aren't gorgeous. That's the thing. And these illustrations are, you could fussy cut them, you could tear them, there's just so many ways to use them. And this piece over here would make a nice pocket or something like that as well. So little tiny envelopes. These will make little cute little envelopes. So I got those. And what's this? Oh, that's just an ad from a store we went into and in North Carolina. All of the products in there were artist made and handcrafted, so it was really interesting. There again, we had gotten a gift in there. Lots of the thrift stores that we were in, for some reason, had fancy tote bags. So they must have them donated or something like that. So I did keep a lot of the fancy tote bags separate just because I wanted to show them to you. I found this. I really like this. It was, there again, it was reasonable, or I wouldn't have bought it. This is just a chenille, but I thought it would make gorgeous tassels. And it's just a really pretty blue that is something I would use. My friend in Wetumpka found this for me in her stash of stuff after I mentioned that if she saw any, to grab them. And when I get done with my surgery and everything is, what shall I say, when everything is working back with my shoulder, I want to do a bunch of sun dyeing, where I put it out in the sun. We have a lot of, our tea jar can get hot where you can't touch the jar in the summertime. So I should be able to dye in these jars, and I think I could roll up a whole package of paper and put it in here, and then put the dye material in with it, and then just leave it outside and not have to have a fire, not have to do any of those things. So I'm hoping that's going to work. I got this tote bag, and I don't know that you'll see it very well, but I picked this up at the thrift store for a couple of dollars. I was really pleased to get it. I had kind of picked it up for Jeffrey. He's wanting something different for his metal detecting stuff, and then I realized I really liked it for me. And I've put a bunch of my art stuff that when we're on a trip, when we go out and I want to grab, you know, stuff to sit and paint with or do this or that with, is in here. So I loaded it up a couple of times when we were on our trip. It's got lots of nice pockets and different things. So it worked really well, and I'm really pleased with it. So unfortunately, Jeff didn't get it. I was looking for something at Joann's, and our store didn't have it. So I went into several Joann's while we were in Montgomery and different places where we were actually close to the city. And Halloween stuff was on sale, and I got this one because it was so inexpensive, and I really and truly got it more for the words on it than for the stencil. Oh, and a stencil. Then the stamps are not something I'll use all the time, but I'm wanting to do a Edgar Allan Poe book, and this Something Dreadfully Wicked, a strange thing happened. Things are not what they seem. Double, double, toil and trouble. Lost in the inky darkness. In the middle of the night. In the dead of the night. Those sound like things I might use in that journal. And I really like this stencil. So, and I'll probably use the cloud and this branch. Maybe the moon. I don't know that I'll use the mansion or the bats as much. However, I did use it to make my October 31st postcard that I mailed to Mom. You know, guys know I make a postcard every day, and I did do that with it. So, and I found these, and I really liked, well, they can't see them. Let's take them out and look at them. I really liked this orange one, and I liked this cracked wall one, and I'll use this little black and white one. This says orders attended to day or night, so you know, I don't know that one's really great, but I also loved these numbers. I thought the numbers were something I'd use a lot, and the poison caution. I thought the Edgar Allan Poe one journal might use that, so I got those. Those are okay. Come on, go in there. Oh, I didn't want to go back. Which I really liked, and like I said, the Halloween stuff was marked, I don't know, 70% off or something. I can't remember. So they were, both of those things were real reasonable, or I wouldn't have gotten them. This was just clearanced, and I think it was like half price, but it is something I'll use a lot. I thought I'd show it to you. This stencil is fabulous. I love it. And then the stamps are something I thought I would use a big amount. This was the only one they had, and it was in their clearance section, and I have never seen Tim Holtz stuff in the clearance section that I can remember. It's usually gone before it gets to the clearance section. And if I hadn't been going in different Joann's in different places, I wouldn't have found it. But I thought that was something I would use a lot. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, I have to tell you about this. This is a really fun thing. I think if you remember, one of my last hauls before we went on our trip, I got a little, what I thought was a table easel. I couldn't quite figure out exactly how it was supposed to function to hold the canvas or whatever pad you had. So I bought it for $1 at this garage sale. And we got to Wetumpka and got out of the camper, and there was a mother and son next door to us painting on these little lightweight easels. And I said, Jeff, that looks like the easel I found, but it's got some kind of other piece on it. And we went to check out their easel. And so this was a missing piece on my easel that I had paid $1 for. And I was telling my friend there in Wetumpka about this missing piece, and that Jeff was going to just get me a piece of aluminum and drill holes in it like this so that I could actually use my easel. And Patty went out, and somewhere along the line she sends me a picture. She said, is this the piece you're missing? She found it in a pile of junk. She looked down, saw the paint on it, realized what it had to have been, because we had been talking about this piece that Jeff was going to manufacture for me. And this was all was there. The easel wasn't there. This was the only piece there. She picked it up for me. So now I have a complete easel that cost $1. We were just kind of floored that she found it. This was another thing. She gave these to Jeff. And I have to get a drink, but Jeff just thought they were so cool. And he's into birds. But these are the weirdest, ugliest skeleton birds I've ever seen. And their wings move. Anyways, he had to have one. So Patty gave him 2. I was like, I don't know why he needs 2, but he's got 2 now. I'm going to put him in the living room. Let's see what's next. I don't know what's next. Okay. I'm always buying cards for my journals, my junk journals. And this was it was wrapped in a bag, so I couldn't actually get to it very well. There was actually 3 things in the bag, and I really wanted these particular cards. And I wanted to see them. And then I thought, well, this looks cool. And I really think it's kind of a fun, it's got a fun look to it. The card games are inside these little books, which I think it would be fun to create a little book that you tucked into this piece and then tucked into the box. And so these are just game cards, which, we use these a lot for different things, and I'll find a way to use them. This one is general knowledge trivia. And I had no idea what they were going to look like, because like I said, these were sealed up. I do not like thrift stores when they seal up baggies of stuff and you cannot look at things. But I went ahead and got it because it wasn't horribly expensive. These, I thought, when I got them out, were really cool because they're tiny. They're like little miniature cards. And I think it would be fun to make a little book that was folded in half with these. So, but I love the whole presentation of this. That was the thing. That's what I really bought it, because I liked the presentation of it. The fact that it looked like 3 little books in a box. And this also has tiny little cards. And I guess this is, what is this? Okay, this is some kind of elastic band. So, this is where you put the card on top of your head, and then they are telling you have to guess what's on your head. So, those are probably little headbands, which I thought was kind of fun. But like I said, what I really, really liked was the presentation of the 3 books in a box that were tiny. Like that. I just thought it was kind of really cute. And then I really wanted these because I want to do a dragon themed journal. I got to get these things all written down and make a decision about what I'm going to do for next year. right now I'm just trying to get through the day with my shoulder. So I'm not getting much done. But these have dragons on them. Let me bring it in. I can't do two that. It's really weird. I can't reach up there with my right hand, so it's kind of hard sometimes. But I thought that they were really cool. And they must have been brand new because it doesn't look like anybody ever used them for anything. So I thought they would make really cool journaling cards or pockets or something like that for a dragon themed journal. And then the other one was these, and these have and they were in the package together. I couldn't buy just the one, so it's not a big deal. But these have motorcycles on them. They're just a plain deck, but they have motorcycles. So I got those. Now let me take this back out. By the way, guys, this may end up being two videos. Just simply because I'm not going to be able to sit here as long as I had hoped. My shoulder's starting to go. I broke a one of my, what you call it's on the wall, frames that was on the wall. It fell off the wall and broke. So we were at a church thing for a different set of friends, and they had this little garage sale at their church, and they had this frame, and I thought it would fit, and it would fit in the spot I need it for, and so I got it. And then I think Patty gave me this. I'm not sure. Honestly, I can't remember where it came from. But it has some really cool beads on it, and it has some really neat little charms on it. And I think she asked me, I think it was Patty that gave it to me, and she asked me if I could use this. And of course I can always use this in my journals. So another tote bag that I got somewhere at one of the thrift stores. I'm trying to keep this neat too, guys, because I know I'm not going to be able to put it away before I get before I have my surgery. These are, it says they're writing cards. What they are is the size of a postcard. But I thought they'd make great journal cards in all kinds of journals. You could put it in anything. You could go ahead and color it. You could leave it plain. You could put some decoration on the back. But they would make really great journal cards. So I got those. And I got this. This is designer paper. It was $1. And it was pretty, and somewhere along the line on one of my postcards I used some of it. I don't take this kind of stuff when I leave on my trip usually, so if I run into it, then I grab it to use on the postcards. If I don't use it, it's not a big deal because I won't pay for it unless it's, you know, pretty cheap. Alright, let's do a few more things. Okay. Patty had these, and she gave them to me because she knows I collect, what do you call these things? Napkins? And they're the kind that only has the image on one side. And I told her I didn't need a bunch. She just gave me a few of them. And she had these butterflies, and you guys know I collect these butterflies for all kinds of things. These are from Dollar Tree. And whatever project she had gotten them for, she used what she wanted. She didn't want any more of them. So, yeah, I'll take those butterflies home. Not a problem for me. Okay. Oh, okay. This came from the thrift store, and I must have gotten it for reasonably inexpensive. But I like these things to put in junk journal pages. Um, they don't have to, you know, I can just leave it. I can create something where I make a fold out. It's white on the back, so you can write on it. They make really great junk journal pages, and it must have been reasonable, or I wouldn't have picked it up, because I don't need a lot of stuff like this now. So I'm trying to be a little more careful with what I get. I'm gonna have to rearrange here in a few minutes, and I may have to stop because my shoulder's starting to go. These, while we were in Wetumpka, we went antique shopping as well, and these were just too cool to pass up. One of the booths had 3 or 4 different kinds of bingo cards, and we each got a couple of them. I didn't get the green one. I really liked these creamy colored ones, and I got a couple of each kind because they weren't cheap. They were like $1 a piece. So I may, I don't know, I'll have to look up the copyright on these. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check it. But then I also found these 2 little images. Let me bring it in so you can see this a little better. I just thought those were just to die for cute. And I want to do, after my surgery and stuff, in the new year, I want to do a bunch of digital prints kind of thing. And I thought these were so cute. These just made me think completely of Tim Holtz dolls. And they weren't horrible. A lot of times these can be $4 and $5, and I won't pay that, but these were $1 a piece, so I did go ahead and get those. I just was in love with that one. I thought it was adorable. So that's all I'm gonna do on this video, because I'm gonna have to move some things around and get to the rest. But there will be a part 2 on this adventure. So please do check in. It'll probably be in a couple of days. Love you guys, and I hope to get back to making videos real soon. Bye.